get to know my story, ayy. Straight from the south side, 2 6 just birthed me, ayy. And now I'm worldwide, everyone adore me, show me love.
This is a case for the Underdogs, the show that highlights the underdog. I am Adam Marino. Joining me are the Blue Brothers. The first one is Devin Wright. What up, cuz?
What's up, bro? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm excited to get this going. And also, CJ Westra, what up?
What up? Gang, gang.
In the building. What's up? Too long. It's been too long since I seen y'all handsome fellas, you know?
So, as a reminder, if you are new to the show, go follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, all the social medias, Insta, Facebook, whatever you call it. It's an app Adam invented.
Yep.
If you want to see our ugly faces, make sure you go to YouTube.
Hey, on Apple
Crowd Network, Case for the Underdogs.
On Apple Podcasts, give us a rating.
Yes.
And leave a review.
Leave a review, bro.
Yes.
And Spotify, do all the Spotify things.
All that stuff. Yeah. Share it with your friends, your family, all that.
Make a playlist with all our podcasts.
Hey, and tell your auntie, your cousin, we're coming to your house. So let's get into it, because there's many topics that we probably won't even get into because it is that action packed. So this week, man, I am just glad that this group. Football. I'm glad that this group is not reduced from 3 people to 2 people.
Okay.
Because.
Dang, Devin, you almost died this week?
No.
Nah, man.
Nah, man. It was you, bro.
It was you, bro. What's up?
Talk to us.
I almost died because I was just so in awe of Wiz Khalifa. Just kidding. So went to Wiz this weekend at the Ruoff. Fed the God. 24-karat gold in. Okay. Logic was sick. He still came out.
That's your boy.
Oh, by little Bobby Tarantino. It's gonna be all right.
He gonna be all right.
So yeah, and then Wiz, and so we got through the concert. It was great. Wiz had about 3 songs left. Mm-hmm. He was singing that song.
What was your favorite song he did?
Probably. I like Hate Being Sober. He came and he did it, and we were going crazy.
Still blazing. Did he play that?
No. So he was singing what's that song? The I'm a so high, I'm floating, ain't never coming down. So he was singing literally that part, right? Mm-hmm. And we're in the middle up. If you haven't been to Ruoff, there's like a lawn, and that's the party section, and then you get the bougie people that want to be claustrophobic.
It's the cheap seats.
Yeah, but still, like, I'd rather be in the lawn. Like, you can go get a beer, you do whatever you want to. And so then the bougie people are up in like the pavilion, and then the stage, the pit. So we're in the lawn, in the middle, the left, the right. There's probably about 5,000 to 6,000 out there. Yeah. At least, and I'm just giving an at least, because there could be more. You know, I'm bad when I judge big crowds like that.
And when you probably had like a couple drinks too.
Yeah, maybe a few. So there were $16 a piece. So you had to pregame a little bit before, and we're sitting there, and then I hear one of my friends. She goes, "Why is everybody running?" Yeah. And I'm like, "What?" And it was pitch black at this time. All you could see was the stage. Yeah. You look to the left. At the top of the lawn, and people were running, bro. It was like Lion King. You remember when Mufasa got stuck and he was trying to save Simba because Simba was on that limb, and then the like water buffalo, or where the heck I don't even remember what they were, like wildebeest or something. Like, so they're running, bro. Like, that's how this was, bro. Like, dust going everywhere. And people started yelling, gun, 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 gun. And so then you're like freaking out because like you don't know. So then everybody kind of ducked in the middle. We didn't run yet, like kind of like dumb. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this is an active shooter, bro. Like, we're screwed. And then the second part is, even if there's not a gun, if I don't start running, I'm going to get trampled like Mufasa.
Facts. You remember
Mufasa.
You remember when Cedric the Entertainer said, look, black people don't need a reason to run. You run it.
If you see a black person running, I'm running. Yeah. So, and then so we ran, and then like we get to the top because I was with my group, but like they were behind, like I was behind them. So like technically, then when I turned, they were behind me, and I'm like, I just gotta go. And luckily, everybody slid into twos but me. I was like, okay, you're on your own. It was like a video game. I was like, let's go. And so we get to this point at the top, and Zach and Sage go left towards this fence because like just in panic, and maybe that was his exit plan. But and I think the most surreal thing for me was there was a beer cart there not being used. and you look.
So you drank all the beer?
Yeah, and then I ran. No, but you
Hammered.
You look, bro, and there was people hiding behind it. And like in my head, I'm like,
they were scared.
Like this is real. Like this is real life, dude. Like you like in the moment, you're just like, okay, next thing. Okay, check.
In the moment, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, and it kind of like froze me for like 2 seconds, and then Zach's like, screw it, and he goes this way. I'm like, no, this way.
So I'll split up.
Dude, Zach jumps. Like, I think he jumped on the beer thing, but then they get over like this 8-foot fence with a 15-foot drop because like it's shorter on those inside, and then it's a hill on the other side, and then he. Like people were helping push people over. He like helped Sage get down,
So it was
and
bad.
then
Like,
and they ran. Yeah, so I'm calling them,
because you don't know,
bro. There's like 5,000, 6,000 people just running to their cars, and so I'm calling them. They're like, yeah, we're good. Me at the car. I call Logan and his sister. Yeah, we're good. Me at the car. I call my friend Kelsey and her friend. Yeah, me at the car. So I'm thinking they're all ahead of me, right? Bro, I was running so fast, I beat everybody. And when I'm going to the entrance, people are freaking out. There's like this dip by the parking lot, like into like a ravine, and this car just drove off instead of like trying to go to like the exit.
Drove
like
off a cliff,
they just drove off, and we're like this, just chilling in
the Indiana cliff. It's the deepest cliff.
Yeah, so they're just chilling in
Freaking
there.
Indiana
And then I'm like, what? And then like I keep going, and then there's dude behind me. He's hammered.
You're anti-animals.
No, listen, he's crying. He's like, Mom, we haven't spoken in years, bro. I'm so sorry. Like, I love you. I'm about to come over right now and make up for everything that we haven't talked in like a year. I'm like, man, people are like seeing their life flash before their eyes, and I'm just like, man, I was running fast.
You're like, lucky I'm only in my 20s.
Yeah.
My whole life flashed.
Yeah, it was like,
I just was trying to come to a concert today and have a good time.
Like in my head, in my head, all of the losses to Ohio State was like,
oh god,
and then it was like the last part was like 42-27 win, yes. And I'm like, if this is the time to go, it's the time to go.
Wiz Khalifa,
and then I got to the car, and that's when I realized I'm like, nobody's here because I ran to Kelsey and them.
Because you ran so fast.
I was just running, bro. I was like, Forrest, I just kept running. But no, and then later they said, because we were trying, then we went to Waffle House about 20 minutes north, because that's what we do. It's like, oh, that's like outside of Indy. I think it's more near Anderson. And it's easier to get into because not like if you go to anything around the concert, it's going to be a wait. Yeah. So we're like, okay, this gives us time to eat, get our thoughts together, then get back home.
You got to hit that Jamaican breeze when you go to Indy, my boy.
Yeah.
Jamaican breeze, man.
So we're there.
And
people
know about that
Jamaican
breeze?
People coming in and out, and they're like, hey, like, they're like, this is what happened, this is what we heard, this is what happened. So some people said, like, this dude pulled a gun, some da-da-da, like shot a gun. Like, we don't know. Like, whatever. We just ran. Like, when somebody says gun, like, you run. And like I told you guys when I was telling you, it was like, what if, like, they didn't shoot the gun, but it caused mass hysteria to go out, and there was, like, 5 or 6 dudes just, like, mass shooting, like that was planned.
Prepared.
Like, the masses are asses, and that was proven there.
Yeah.
But what I really think happened, because the news said they didn't find a gun or shell casings, what I really think happened, it was a fight. The dude might have had one on him, kind of flashed it. People saw, people ran. Yeah. Because they didn't know what he was going to do, and then he ran with them, so he never got caught. Yeah. Because there's no way he's going to get caught. Some people said, like, a security guard was chasing another guy and then drew his weapon. Because the dude wouldn't stop running. So then maybe they see him draw his weapon. And it could have been a taser, but, you know, at night, you don't know. Like, you just see some dude, like, freeze. Like, like, and now in today's day and age, you know, with everything that's ever happened, like, so I'm just glad I'm alive. I'm glad everybody's alive.
Everybody's safe.
It could have been, there was like 3-4 injuries, and I think it was just because they either got ran over or fell. Yeah. But it was pretty, and that's more too. I was like telling people, I'm like, it's not even the fact that there's a gun or not. It's the fact that I could have got ran over. Like, hysteria causes people to do irrational things. Right. And we've seen it tons of times in history at just events like that when you're packed in with thousands of people. So shout out to the God above for being graceful to me and letting me watch the Lions the next 2 days later get beat by the Steelers, who played their first string for the first half. So that's not a real win.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not a real win.
And then what happened though? They played their starters.
Yeah. Oh, so they played their starters. So joke's on them. They lost T.J. Watt, and they lost Deontay Johnson on like a Hail Mary catch where he dove,
crazy.
but he landed on his knee.
Do you think they're gonna start changing the way preseason is?
Well, the Lions are doing it smart. They're not playing anybody.
It's not about that. It's most teams don't play their dudes at that point. Like they don't like. That's way too much to be playing those guys. You just don't do that. The Niners didn't do that. I mean, I just don't understand the point of.
They played them the whole game.
They played like the whole half of the third preseason game.
Yeah.
That is for the guys who are borderline to get cut.
Yeah.
That are going to be at the grocery store working, not
they had
for
Mitchell
your
Trubisky.
main.
They had Mitchell Trubisky in the first half.
Yeah, dude, you don't do that.
With Najee and T.J. Watt.
Now,
and Deontay.
maybe one. I can understand one series.
Claypool.
One, if you've been working on something all week and you want to test it out there against another team wearing different color hats, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
One, but no, dude, like that's dumb, and you get what you pay for. So I just don't understand the point of doing that. So they got what they get, and then Jimmy G.
Yeah,
breaking
just
news. We just found out.
Showcase for the Mondays, I dropped it on Adam. He's like, "No, that's not real." He thought I was just being a dumbass.
Well, because I wasn't on my phone, I was on live radio, so
I just was
pardon me, I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm a big deal. People know me.
Big deal, yeah.
Hey.
So, but Jimmy G has restructured his contract, and what's funny is I'm on about 47 Niner pages, and they all were saying, Jimmy's gone. Ha ha, all you Jimmy lovers.
He just wants to beat the Packers.
All you Jimmy sexuals, he's gone. And then they go and pull this and totally redeem yourself.
Really?
No, but so what's funny is, what does this mean for that quarterback room? Because you had Brock Purdy, who I told y'all played really well. He seriously did.
Mr. Irrelevant.
And Nate Sudfeld from the state of Indiana.
He's gone.
He's the backup. He was officially listed as the backup. So what is Jimmy? Now, obviously, Jimmy can play. So
well, now Nate Sudfeld's on the practice squad.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. But
your boy looks like they're giving your boy some help today. CJ,
who?
Your boy Baker Mayfield. Looks like the Jaguars have officially traded
boy
Laviska Shenault to the Carolina Panthers.
I don't know who you're talking about. Your boy.
Your boy.
I'm a Lions fan. So. I think Jared Goff's better than Baker.
Oh gosh. We just started another viral thing.
What'd you say?
I'd take David Blau over Baker.
Oh, dude. He said that he would rather have Jared Goff.
You'll take Ryan Leaf over Baker?
No.
Yeah,
No.
Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, you know who I'm taking?
Who?
Uncle Rico. He threw a ball over that mountain.
Yeah.
I'm taking Booby Miles because he can paint a fence and throw a ball.
I'm taking Bobby Boucher.
Over T.J. Watt.
Man,
I'm taking Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman.
I'm taking Shane Falco.
That was my next one.
I'm taking Icebox.
I'm taking Burt Reynolds.
Reynolds. I'm taking Adam Sandler, bro. What was his name? Why can't I think of it now?
I'm taking.
It starts with a C, bro.
I'm taking Maggot from the movie Nelly. I'm taking Nelly.
Yeah, but what's Sandler's name in that movie?
I'm taking LL Cool J for the Sharks.
The Longest Yard.
Yeah, it's
I forget his name. Oh no, I'm trumping everybody. I got Rudy. Game over.
Rudy was a G.
I'm taking Air Bud. Damn it. Air Bud.
I'll be honest.
Crazy.
I'll be honest. I didn't even watch that.
Y'all ever seen the
really
movie
didn't.
Lucas?
No.
It was about this kid. They called him Luca Plakia. He was this like nerdy kid that liked to play with bugs, but he wanted this girl. And
it was about sports?
Yeah, listen, she liked the football players, so he joined football. Remember, it was back in like the 80s, bro.
Oh, bro.
His name was Luca. They called him Luca Plakia because it was cancer of the mouth.
So, speaking of Luca, did you see Luka Doncic had a scare?
No. Pregnancy scare?
No.
With the female
with you
ref?
Or what?
With the female ref?
That is clowning how he was hitting on that ref.
He was like,
no, so in the World Games, he's playing, and he had an injury scare, and he was holding his leg. And when it's the off season and these dudes are playing, whether it's Olympics or not or whatever it is,
and he was
he didn't twerk. No, he didn't twerk.
Yeah.
But he's okay. So
Okay.
Luka.
But
Luka's okay.
But you seen what happened to homeboy Chet though?
Yeah, Chet Holmgren.
So he is
For the
out for the
season.
year.
Toothpick. leg.
And what happened is
They said he was only going to play 47 games.
He couldn't get out of the way of LeBron dunking.
That's what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
LeBron, bro.
Yes.
See, that's why LeBron's dirty, bro.
How you dirty?
How do you do that to my man Chet? Bro,
Now,
the white KD.
We gotta bring this up because we had a conversation. Shout out to Mark Mohammed because we had a discussion on our way. Me and the nominated for producer of the year again. I self-nominated him, KP. We went to Alabama. I know y'all couldn't make it, and we did our thing down there. And it's a 9-hour car ride, and we're gonna have him on the show.
So there's a lot of conversation.
And he has a point system that. Now, do you guys know about the QBR? How
yes.
it was 158.3 was the official highest rating. They've done away with that because it didn't go over like third down completions or if you run for a first down, and they've updated it over the last decade, and it's now a different QBR where it's 1 to 100, right? Now, I don't know the ins and outs of the ratings, but it's your passes, your fumbles, your right, and there's highest ratings,
touchdowns,
right, like whatever it is, right? Well, there's a rating system like that for the GOAT. So
Tom Brady.
What we will and Tom Brady will be, I bet, looked at as the GOAT for football when we go over that, because it's all based on facts, not opinion. Because you can say, when you say something like Johnny Unitas would tear it up, this,
no,
you can't say that's an opinion.
Yeah,
so
that's opinion. Yeah,
whereas I'm dying to see is if his guy is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and that in this point system that he would be the greatest of all time. Now, that is what people who are not 30 yet usually do.
I like
because
Kareem. I like Kareem.
I do too, but I'm
my
actually
thing.
not thinking it'll be Kareem,
No,
to be honest.
But
But I see the argument.
But my thing is, who made the point system?
He did.
So it's subjective.
No, how? It's only facts. It's not subjective. That's the whole point.
Because if he says, "Oh, my favorite player is Kareem,"
No. He's saying, "Look, I made this is the
criteria within these parameters."
And it's not subjective. It's all facts. You add up MVPs, you add up points, you add up records,
high school
from high school to, and if you didn't,
but we're talking about the NBA go, not the high school go.
No, but here's what I'm saying, because that penalizes LeBron or KG or someone, Sean Kemp. But
like college, what about like college?
Here's what happens: if you bypass college, you automatically earn those points because that means you were so good.
But now you can't bypass college, though.
What do you mean you can't?
You're not.
LeBron did.
Yes, but now there are rules in place.
But now you can play in the D League for that first year.
Yeah, so you can bypass. Look at Brandon Jennings. Look at what Brandon Jennings did.
Jalen Green was in
Lefty
the D-League.
Swag. Oh, shout out Lefty Swag.
Bro,
Brandon Jennings.
Dude, what about Jackie Moon?
So Jackie Moon don't have no MVP, so he probably not on the list.
Player, owner, coach.
So yeah, so is Magic Johnson. No, so anyway, there is a system, and we'll have him on the show. Yeah, we'll have him on the show, and we'll
get 5
go
points
through
if
it.
you're dead.
No,
Bill Russell.
No, Kobe.
Oh, I forgot Kobe would get them points.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about? He died before Bill Russell. So anyway.
I'm just kidding. No, it sounds like a good idea. I just wanted to.
I definitely want to see it.
I want to argue with Mark.
I have not seen it, and he's gonna introduce it. So that'll be good. So now, speaking of,
it'll probably be LeBron.
Speaking of points that they'd be used, here's another thing that would go for a LeBron James or a Michael Jordan is how many gold medals, because that brings us to an announcement on Netflix, Redeem Team. Now I am excited. Like, guys our age, like, who really know Kobe, LeBron, from 10 years ago and that kind of thing, and like Jason Kidd and the Redeem Team is when they started to take it seriously and were like, Coach K, we need you to save us. And man,
they was getting dog walked. Like, it was ugly for the U.S.
Bad.
It was bad it was bad.
Well, it's just because they were all about themselves.
Well, they didn't want to. They didn't want to do it. I don't know why they didn't do it.
Well, I'm excited because you ever watch like NBA TV at like 4 a.m. like nothing's on, and they have the Dream Team. Yeah, and they have the Dream Team one where they showed how they had like
the practice that never happened.
yes,
Like,
exactly. But dude, that's fire content.
Yeah.
no.
That's fire
And then
content.
Charles Barkley just roaming around the city, just
And what I love
doing
about
his
that
thing.
is John Stockton doesn't get like no one knows it's him. He's just a regular dude wearing mom jeans, and he doesn't get like he people don't know
So,
who he is.
okay, do you get points on this if you like had Michael Jordan come to Vegas to get you back to?
Right. Because Rodman would be
That's
get
what
bonus
somebody
points.
said. They're like,
Man,
they're
Jordan.
like, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't see Rodman going to get Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it
on
was the other way
Vegas. I
around.
saw Jordan trying to
But
get
here's the
Rodman.
deal: Rodman didn't average 10 points a game, so I think he's not on the list.
nah.
But yeah, so the Redeem team I think looks exciting because you're gonna get
Ooh, I cannot wait.
because isn't that where they had some of the young bucks come to visit for practice,
Yeah.
and Kyrie played 1-on-1 with Kobe,
Yeah.
and Kobe was just dogging him the whole time,
Yeah.
making fun of him and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Behind the scenes stuff is what I want to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And who was the alpha male? Who let? I would think like guys like Jason Kidd or someone like that
Did-
would let.
did-
Carmelo really was.
Man,
But
my
did
he
Bron-
was that
Did
dude.
Bron submit to Kobe?
See,
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Or if it was like an equal.
Well,
like,
no, I think LeBron would submit because he is that guy.
Yeah,
If he's triple team, he submits.
but
If Kobe's triple team, he drops 81.
Yeah.
that's on the scale too. If you submit to another player, that's minus 5 points. Every
rest
player
in
that
peace
you
to the
get
Black
bitched
Well,
out by.
now here's the thing that I told Mark that needs to be on that. So, and we talked about this, and KP showed that clip of Shannon Sharp talking about it. But here's what I'm saying: we talked about this. Who eats at the table while you're in the league? So, who ate at MJ's table when he was MJ and his thing?
Yeah.
No one ate. He ate everything.
No
but
one.
who is eating on LeBron's watch? KD, Steph. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
Like
were together.
other
They
dudes
had to get together.
other dudes have eaten a championship meal on LeBron's watch, but no one ate. Patrick Ewing didn't eat. David Robinson didn't eat. Charles Barkley, Stockton,
only
Malone,
people that
Kemp,
ate were the Bulls.
Peyton. No one ate.
They
No
got
one. They all were hungry.
Yeah.
But Michael ate every time, and so there's something to be said about that. Kareem, not many people ate on
I
his
differ
watch
on
either.
that one. I differ on that
So
one.
why?
Just for the simple fact, you said it. The moment when the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Warriors, came back and beat them
From 3-1.
they were repeating that next year. Cleveland. It was no way LeBron had mind control over Golden State at that point. They had to go get KD.
That block on Iguodala.
Golden State wasn't beating them. The Thunder wasn't beating them. Nobody was beating LeBron. If that hadn't happened, LeBron would have won 2 more in Cleveland
However,
easily.
that wouldn't have happened if
Kyrie or Kevin Love got hurt either.
That too, but Draymond Green, remember when they got that
Yeah.
stupid when he walked over him?
Yeah.
That was also not.
And that wouldn't have happened if the Pistons would have just closed it out back in 05 and 06.
If the
against
Pistons,
Cleveland.
if we play then if the Pistons would have drafted Carmelo Anthony and not Darko,
Darko Milicic.
then we wouldn't even be talking about any
True.
of this
Darko.
because that team would have been dirty.
Dirty.
But they never, when it comes to the Jordan and Bron, they never talk about Jordan like first 7-8 years he didn't even make the playoffs.
What do you mean?
And he's been swept. He had been
know?
swept in the playoffs. MJ was. It took LeBron like 17 years to get swept in the playoffs. MJ did that his first 2 years because now Larry Bird was getting it still,
Larry Wilson.
and his bad back, and he still was. He swept Michael,
And you
but
gotta
Michael
forget-
dropped
you forget
63.
about-
But Michael dropped 63.
you
But he
forget
got
about
swept.
the- and
But he
they-
got swept.
But you gotta forget about the Bad Boys too before that too.
Yep,
So
they gave it to Michael.
and
They
then you
made
had the
Michael
Lakers.
because he hit the weights.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
hit
you
the
had-
weights.
They bullied him.
You had Boston.
Bully.
Bron had Boston he had to go through. He had
They bullied him worse than Marino bullied Joe Bud.
and Boston was really the
And-
big 3 at first.
And that's another thing is
He had
Boston.
Detroit.
Boston got together and made a team.
He had the
before-
Spurs
before
that he had to
LeBron
battle
did it.
with.
That's
So
fair
Bron,
too.
Bron had challenges.
the Pacers
And that-
were good back
that
then
team,
too.
that Cleveland team that played against the Spurs in the finals, there is no way that team should have been in the
Hey,
finals.
we talked about that too.
Garbino.
Booby Gibson, bro.
Booby.
Anderson Varejao, get out of here.
Delonte
Sideshow Bob.
West
Delonte West, bro.
had sex with his
Mo
Mo Williams.
Yeah, dude.
Mo
Like, come
Williams.
On. Come on, bro.
Anderson Varejao.
That's not. Those aren't guys to take to the finals. Those aren't dudes.
Sasha Vucevic.
Yeah,
Vucevic.
get out of here. Get out of here.
Ildrunas,
Schorsenheimer.
Big Z was the man,
That's like
though.
Deladova.
Ildrunas
Dirty
Ilgauskas,
Deli. I hate Deladova, bro.
You know? But yeah, there's no reason. No
But
way.
it'll be interesting though to see though.
Yeah.
And I want to see
what about outside influence?
Bro, there's all of that on there.
That's part of it too. That's part of it too, and Jordan will rank high on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I want to see for football. I want to see like guys like Jerry Rice, because he was just a regular dude.
Yeah.
But
Randy Moss.
Speaking of,
but he didn't win.
Speaking of football,
It ain't the devil, mama.
the Ravens mascot Poe played in a halftime game with Pee Wee kids.
Silly.
I swear he faked it, bro. He was faking, bro. So this dude gets tackled, stripped, fumbled in front of thousands of people, and then holds his leg like.
And they have to cart him out on a stretcher.
Yeah.
What that reminded me of.
That must have been playing though,
dude.
Bro.
Back in the day, the Seattle Mariners, when Ken Griffey was on.
Yeah.
They had their looking like Rocky the Bullwinkle guy. I don't know who it is, and he was on rollerblades, and he was doing his thing, and he hit the outfield wall. And you ever see injuries where a leg goes like this, and you're like, well, the mascot's leg did that.
Did he keep his helmet on? That is the key.
And yeah, like you could just see like he's going like this, but it's in the mascot. So like he's probably like terrified and screaming, but you don't know.
You gotta get paid.
But what
bro.
you did see is that his leg went that way, and you're like, his leg's not supposed to go that way.
So, loss for Poe for faking or getting hurt. My man Blooper, the Atlanta Braves mascot, was at a halftime show at the Falcons game.
Yeah.
This dude stiff armed like Derrick Henry, four kids, and scored a touchdown.
Oh,
bro.
it was the Brave. They had a baseball.
Yeah, because they had all the Atlanta mascots or like surrounding in one, and it was at the Falcons game.
Yeah.
So he stiff armed like 5 kids like Derrick Henry style.
I did see the clip. Yeah.
So one quick thing, did you guys know that the Ravens are the Ravens because of Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven, who is from Baltimore, and their mascot's named Poe, which is a raven.
Wow.
You didn't know that,
I didn't know that. I'm today
years
old.
You called it. We were talking about that, and I forgot. I was like, Poe, and he's like, yeah, Edgar Allan. I was like, oh, dude, now I feel so stupid. And I knew, quote the Raven, nevermore. Ravens.
Yeah.
So, but that's, we were talking about that earlier,
yeah.
And you're like, watch, Devin won't know.
I really didn't know.
So, last thing about football news, Brian Robinson Jr. shot in a carjacking in D.C. So, he got shot in the glute and the lower leg. He made it out of surgery successfully. Possible return. Don't know anything else yet. So, prayers to Brian Robinson
Definitely
Jr.
Big prayers.
Definitely
big prayers.
Scary situation there. Man, DC ain't safe.
Man. Dave, remember when Dave Chappelle was out there?
It's like one of the worst.
Hey, baby.
It's one of the worst homeless populations in America.
Notre Dame owe us some money, though. Because I just seen they are to use the underdog status as motivation to Ohio State. So, shout out you Notre Dame fans. Y'all owe us some money. Because it's the case for the underdogs. Y'all owe us some money.
Take the plus money. I got bets on plus 14.5. I think the line jumped to plus 17.5.
17.5.
Take that money.
So
because we're the underdogs to the underdogs of the week.
Yeah.
Let's get into some college football. So we now have some pretty cool ties to the University of Alabama. What I want to know is, realistically, do they lose a game this year?
Alabama?
We've met some of those dudes, man.
No, I don't think so. The only game I see they struggle in is Texas in the first half. Only because it's a real issue and nobody knows what Texas is about. You have Quinn Ewers as your quarterback, transferred from Ohio State, first guy to make $1 million for NILs. Leaves high school early, goes to Ohio State, doesn't play, maybe like 3-4 snaps, leaves Ohio State, now is the starting quarterback at Texas, where also Arch Manning's coming in. I don't think Texas has enough power. Give it 3 years. Maybe they have a chance against Bama. I think Bama wins that one. I think they roll on.
He might decommit.
I think they roll on to win every single game in the SEC. And I think they secured maybe that number 1 spot or that number 2 spot in the playoffs. Texas A&M, it's not even going to be close. We talked to the boys. That game is one of those things that's just Saban doesn't lose like that again. He doesn't. He's proven. Yeah. Until it happens, I'm not going to believe it.
So let's go rapid fire. I got top 25 here. I got the schedule. I'm looking at it. I'm going to go rapid fire and do me a favor. Write these down as I give them to you. and let's check. All right, and then you guys give your picks, and then let's check them out. So first, Thursday, September 1st, number 12 Oklahoma State takes on Central Michigan. Who you guys got?
Okay, State.
Okay, State.
Okay. Then also same day, 7 p.m. That game is on ESPN, so we will probably be checking that out. Number 17 Pittsburgh, a much improved Pittsburgh team.
Yes.
Should be
In the
number
ACC
17
championship last year.
They're number 17. They play West Virginia at home. They're getting 7.5 points.
I'm taking Pitt.
Plus 7.5.
Minus. They're expected to
Oh,
win.
they're okay.
They're minus. They're getting 7.5 points.
Usually when you give points,
They're getting.
yeah.
They're getting 7.5. Meaning
So
That means
they're
they're
gonna
a
win.
plus.
That means
they're
they're
gonna win
gonna
by
win.
when
7.5 or
giving-
more.
Yeah.
When they're giving 7.5.
Right.
that
I
means-
said they're getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got to win by 8 points.
Yep. They got to win by 8 points.
Because it ain't no halves.
Who are they
Right.
playing? West V.
Yeah. Wesley.
That's gonna be a
I'm
shootout.
taking the plus points with Morgantown. Go
That-
West V.
And that's the ESPN game. Yep.
West V with the plus money.
And then for y'all rich folk, you get the ACC network. You have at 7:30, number 22 Wake Forest against VMI.
Wake, obviously.
The
that's
Keydets.
I think that game is going to be that next one.
shout out to Jesse Bates.
Yep.
Go Demon Deacons.
So we all say
Chris Paul.
Wake Forest.
On Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah.
And then Friday, Michigan State, little brother. You got love for little brother because who they going to go up against? Western Michigan.
Ooh, what's the spread?
Spread is 22.
In Lansing?
Yeah.
I'm taking.
You taking Western?
Shout out
20
to. So I was born in Grand Rapids, right? But I lived in Kalamazoo. My first football game was at Waldo Stadium, Western
Allegedly.
Michigan. I'm
Allegedly.
taking the plus 22. Let's go Broncos,
Okay.
baby.
All right, write it down. So Michigan State. Okay, then we got Texas A&M at home and Michigan at home.
Who was
number
the
6
first one?
and number 8 respectively. Texas A&M at home and
Against
Michigan
who?
at home at noon. Sam Houston State and against Colorado State.
A&M. I'm taking A&M, and then I'm
taking
taking
Michigan.
Michigan
It's minus 31.
minus 31.
They win by 35, you think?
Yeah, they have the best offensive line in the game.
So then most of these are home teams. Finally, we have a road dog, North Carolina State. They are ranked 13th. Coming out of the ACC, they are at East Carolina, and they are getting 11 points. North Carolina State by 11.
Against who? East?
At East Carolina.
The Pirates?
So
They
that
typically
game
have
is
a good game. A good
now
team.
y'all not going to pay attention because that game is also at noon. So y'all have
well,
no interest
unless
in
I
that.
go somewhere and watch like 5 games.
yeah.
Yeah.
But not while Michigan's on. You
That's
guys
what I'm
gonna
saying.
be
If I go to
glued.
Wrigley or somewhere and have like
Yeah.
5 games, and I'll take NC State. I'll just say straight up.
Okay. Then now this.
I think I know where you're going. I think this is gonna be the
Arkansas at home, number 19 against who they lost their quarterback, number 23, Cincinnati. I like this one.
What's the
This
points?
game is on ESPN on September 3rd, 3:30 p.m. So after the Michigan game, y'all gonna have to tune in. Number 19 Arkansas gets 6.5 points at home against Cincinnati.
Give me plus 6.5.
Bro, yeah, I
Let's
like
go
Cincinnati.
Bearcats.
I like Cincinnati. Yep.
Wait, they're at Cincinnati?
No.
They're at Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wait,
screw
hey,
Jerry
there-
Jones.
it's not Mike-Kinsaw. It's not
Yeah.
York-Kinsaw.
It's
Arkansas.
It's
No, it's Arkansas.
Yeah,
Arkansas.
yeah. All right.
Arkansas.
Now we have Houston, number 24 on CBS Sports Network at UTSA, unranked.
Houston.
Now,
Houston. All day
of course,
Houston.
of course. on the road.
H-Town.
Now, here should be a much improved team as well, supposedly, Miami. They are ranked 16th, and they are going
U.
up against, the U, Bethune Cookman.
Last chance.
Bethune
you.
Cookman is
Yes.
going to lose.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really
But
bad.
You know what's funny? We talking about the Olympics. Remember when Charles Barkley was like, hey, I don't know who Latvia is, but I know Latvia has a problem. Because they're like, what do you think about your next opponent, Latvia? And he was like, I don't know nothing about Latvia, but I know they got a problem.
I don't know about Bethune Cookman.
Yeah, I don't know
But
about
they gonna have a problem.
but they got a problem.
They're going to be seeing too many turnover chains. It's
Yeah.
bling in their eyes.
Because it's real over here. Y'all going to have a problem.
So even though Darren Swanson's trash. Next is Oklahoma's at home, number 9. Oklahoma finds a way to still be in the top 10, bro.
Always.
So
It
consistent.
don't matter who's coaching, who's throwing the money signs out, who's
Venables. Venables is the coach this year, isn't it? Brett Venables.
think so.
Yeah, because old boy Lincoln Riley went to USC.
And where they're playing is Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium on Fox.
And who are
And
they playing?
that is also at 3:30, and they are at home
It's
against
some
UTEP.
good 3:30
the
games, man.
Miners. Texas
So-
Western, Texas El Paso,
Yep, the Miners.
Besides
home
the
of
Home of
the
the-
Don
Michigan
Haskins,
game.
the first all-black team that won the national championship in basketball against Adolph Rupp.
Yep, great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And then
Let's
now
go.
this is
Okay.
the
This
game of the week.
This is the game I want to see
The
after
game of the
Michigan.
week. You don't even.
You need to put your
already
final
know.
score for this, and I want your
Be-
pick.
Sure. I do like the dogs at home. We are, of course, talking about Georgia Bulldogs.
But the fashion from Oregon.
Man, I mean, night
Can
feel all
Oregon
day.
pull off two
There's
top
no way.
5 upsets in a row week
There's
1?
no way. There's no way. I
think
got
they
Georgia.
can. I'm taking Oregon.
I got Georgia by 10.
What's the
And they gonna be
spread?
swagged
What's
out.
the spread?
So they don't have it out. It's non-available.
It's so close.
The over and under is 53 points.
Hey,
Definitely over 53.
Yeah, over on that.
Definitely over 53.
And then
Easily.
I'll shout out to the next Big Ten team. I'm going Oregon, baby. Quack, quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
So
Mhm.
next we have BYU at 4 p.m. is getting 11.5 as they are road dogs taking on South Florida.
Who UCL play?
They're not.
Ah, who cares?
I'm taking
All right.
BYU.
We'll see you in basketball. 'cause-
BYU.
Yep,
Straight
BYU
up.
of course.
I'm a Duke fan in basketball. Bubba.
Then we have Ole Miss is at home against Troy. They're getting 21.5
Ole
points.
Miss.
So that's Ole Miss all day. USC is getting 33.5 against the team that I saw. My very first Notre Dame game was opening week. It rained all day. Still had a blast. Rice. Rice is coming in
Rice-A-Roni.
to play USC, and they're getting 33 points. USC is ranked 14th, and
Shout out to the Big Ten team.
they
Yeah.
should, yes, Big Ten, coming soon to a stadium near you. Literally, if you're in the Midwest, literally.
Yeah.
Then
What else we
Wisconsin plays Illinois State. Snoozer.
Wisco, jump around.
Wisconsin, yep. Kentucky is ranked 20th. Shout out to Kentucky.
They always
Like
in the
a
mix.
little
they
bit.
always in the mix.
A little bit, right?
A little bit.
little bit.
They getting 16.5 against Miami of Ohio. Okay, go Wildcats.
Ooh.
Okay.
Baylor in the top 10. They're
Shout out
ranked
Mac
10.
Hippenhammer
Yep.
out there in the MAC still.
Yes, sir. Baylor is going up against Albany, no line.
Baylor is Final Four team.
Now, here's something. Here's my upset for show. Utah, ranked 7th, is going into Gator Country playing Florida.
Nah, dude, Utes
No, I'll
get
take
it done.
Florida.
Utes get it
I'll
done.
take Florida, bro.
I'm taking Florida.
I'm
I'll take
taking
Florida.
Utah.
Look, Utah's only getting 3 points,
Utah.
so
I'm
I'll
taking
take
them.
Florida.
Yeah, they taking an L.
Now, here's a tough one, bro. Alabama, we're not talking about winning. Okay, Utah State. Bro, 41 points.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yes.
But
No,
that's tough.
I'm taking it. Bama with the points.
That is tough, bro. You got to win by 42 points.
They'll win by 60.
That's 6
Did
touchdowns,
you see
bro.
what Vanderbilt did to Hawaii?
I know. I know, but
Vanderbilt's
sometimes,
trash. They let Hawaii score.
but sometimes you put the backups in, and Saban just don't. Sometimes. but,
okay,
all
I'm
right.
taking Bama in the points.
Then-
Week 1.
Then the two that we're excited about for is obviously Notre Dame, number 5, coming into Columbus, but
College
Columbus getting
I hope it's a tie.
17.5 points.
This is the
You
thing.
gotta
I'm not
take
only,
Notre Dame.
I'm
You
only,
gotta take
I'm
Notre
not only
Dame.
taking Notre Dame, the plus 17.5. I'm taking Notre Dame money line. My final prediction for this game is 24-21 Notre Dame. Ohio State, year after year, struggles every year when they play a tough opponent. Week 1, they lost Chris Olave. They lost Garrett Wilson. They have Smith and Jigba. They got a bunch of good guys, but they haven't played together as that team. And if they can survive this game, that's fine. But you know what? Notre Dame has that mindset that Brian Kelly. And to do that, Marcus Freeman has these boys rolling the number 1 recruiting class next year. They're going to come in hot, firing. I'm telling you, the key to this game is Audric Estime. He is bigger than Derrick Henry was in college. This kid can run. He's, dude, I'm
That's
telling
fair,
you,
man.
they
I mean,
control
you're
the
not-
trenches. Notre Dame is offensive linemen
This
use.
even sound like some
Why
Notre
are they
Dame
getting
music in the
17 and a half
back,
points?
Because they overhype Ohio State.
all day.
Ryan Day was born on third base. He's not that great coach until he beats Michigan again, until he beats Notre Dame.
So
if
now
he
wait a
does
minute.
it, I'll give him his credit.
Now wait a minute. What's going on? So what's going on Saturday, 7:30? Where are y'all at going to be at?
I don't know.
KP, you trying to watch this? 7:30. We gotta figure this out.
I don't know.
figure this
I'll probably
out.
be with Logan. So, Logan and Zach. So we'll figure it out.
Yep. So Ohio State at home, 7:30. Definitely that.
That's a
you're
game.
not saying you're not speaking anything but facts. So we'll
That's a
see.
game.
And then Monday night, number 4, Clemson is back in the mix after
Back in the
being
mix.
out of it for a while. And that man
Dabo.
going into Georgia
I
Tech.
like Dabo.
I'll take
I
Clemson.
like Dabo too, man.
Now, watch to see how Clemson reacts with this triple option. I mean, I think Georgia State's or Georgia Tech's gone away from a little bit, but I think they'll have some packages
Oh,
that
definitely.
will
They
still
have it
slow
in
the
the
game
mix.
down, and that's the only way they win if they slow the
Yeah,
game down.
they got
if
to.
they have a chance. So,
Got to.
there it is. Week 1, we got some great matchups. I'm
Matchups.
excited. Like I said, I love college football more than the NFL, but I love the NFL too.
Oh,
like y'all
yeah.
guys know, I'm like all in at the NFL. So
I don't
college
have
football,
an NFL team, so I love college because
Yeah.
So let's
All
look
day.
at this while we look at college. So I got Michigan pulled up, Colorado State, Hawaii, Connecticut, Maryland. Honestly, it's fair to say y'all don't see any issues
No.
with those first 4.
That's why everybody's shocked.
So
because-
4-0, right?
So Harbaugh says we're playing Cade 1 week and then we're playing JJ against Hawaii. I'm fine with that because to him it's still preseason.
Right,
Like,
right.
That's what you use your non-con games
Now
for.
it gets tough because on the road is always going to be tough. So you're at Iowa, at IU, then you got Penn State and Michigan State at home.
I'm not worried.
So that
Penn-
you could lose 2 of those though. You
think
wouldn't be
we could
shocked as a fan. You would not be shocked. You
I
can't
wouldn't
tell
be
me.
shocked, but I'm just saying that where we've lacked in the years past was the offensive line game and the run game.
and we've
And-
improved
and we've
there.
improved. This is the thing, and I'm gonna say Zach Smith. I saw a video about Zach Smith. Remember that crazy dude that beat up his wife from
Yeah.
Ohio State, got Urban Meyer in trouble, all this other stuff. Zach Smith has a podcast now. He came out and he said the reason Michigan has lost to Ohio State so many years in the Big Ten is because they went away from their bread and butter. Their bread and butter was a pro style offense where you ran
Running.
the damn ball, run the damn ball, and this is the thing. They tried to do a spread offense. Now Harbaugh's like, no, we're going to take some of those same athletes from a spread offense and put them in a pro style offense, and boom, you hit lightning. Like,
Yep.
I think they're going to be improved. They've been working hard. They got the right coaches. Mike Hart's got them running backs on lock. We might have one of the best wide receiver groups in the world. Ronnie Bell's coming back. I'm telling y'all, we could do a whole Michigan podcast. Maybe we should.
Probably should.
So you end the
A whole
season
bunch of blue shit.
Rutgers, Nebraska, Illinois, not too worried, and then of course
at Ohio State,
the
perfect.
26th.
3-week tune-ups.
October gonna be
3
interesting
weeks
for
tune-ups.
us.
Yeah, 3
October.
tune-ups.
October. If we
Yeah, it's
kill
October for y'all. Yeah, it's a wrap.
it's
You-
over
you-
with.
You have a good shot.
A lot of analysts at Michigan. Look, this is the thing. I hate that they put Ohio State over us. Until the king is dead, you can't put somebody in front. So who's the king in the Big Ten right now? It's Michigan. And until Ohio State comes and slays us, then slay that
So
dragon.
they-
we waiting.
They open obviously with Notre Dame, which is huge for them to not run and to play that team, and then they get the easy ones, the Toledos, the Arkansas States. Again, they're at Michigan State, they're at Penn State, against IU, Maryland, whatever. They have that same deal that if they take care of business, it's going to be.
Are you talking about
glued.
Ohio State?
Yeah, I'm going over their
but
schedule.
The
so
one thing is, so the Big Ten, it won't hurt their Big Ten chances, but I think if they lose to Notre Dame, that hurts their college football playoff chances.
it's fair, but they can get it back by winning.
Against Michigan, you have to beat Michigan.
Right,
You have
and
to
then
beat
you win
Michigan.
the Big Ten next week, and you're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah, because the West is trash. Nebraska trash. Lost to Northwestern.
Yeah,
Scott Frost
it's
trash.
It's bad.
Like boo.
So we'll have to see. But I kind of want to get into that Jay-Z because,
oh man,
bro, he don't release like just
Oh,
5-minute like.
Oh,
it's just
man.
him on the mic. Like here we
Oh,
go.
Man.
Just-
Oh man, DJ Khaled album, the whole social media, everybody going crazy. You know, cause like bro said, we don't get to see Jay that much, but when he pop out, and he definitely did that. Covering a lot of grown man talk. I like to say, from the struggles to being a billionaire mogul. The track talked about all of that. God did DJ Khaled album featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne. And on the track, you know, Hov cleared up a lot of things. There was a lot of rumors going around that him and Meek Mill were beefing. You know, the Philly native was signed to the label, Rock Nation, and he left earlier this year. So a lot of people were speculating it was some type of feud there, but Jay-Z made his point to clear that up.
Yeah.
So that was pretty big. Dope album. Khaled did it once again.
So God did, featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Friday.
Man, that is vibe, man.
Yep.
That's definitely an anthem. We're gonna have to play that on the intro one time. Yeah. You know, as we come out.
It's 8 minutes and 21 seconds long.
Just the beginning. The beginning get me so hyped. You know, Khaled do that. He does that.
So check that out. Tell us what you think in the comments, the links. You know, tell us what you guys think. But yeah, big fan. I love when Jay-Z's able to drop something like that where it just gets everyone hype
up,
and he's one of the GOATs, right? I mean, that's not even. I don't think anyone debates.
No.
One of, like, I get that you would
definitely
say,
on the rap Rushmore.
Yeah, for sure. That's more what I'm saying. Like, whoever else is, that's debatable, but that's not debatable. He is on there for sure. So, okay, this was like one of those shows, guys, where we got into so much stuff and so much time went by where it felt like 3 minutes.
And, now it's
and you
like
look up and it's
48. I'm like,
but I want to get into Life Game,
Yep.
You know, and we'll catch everyone next week. But what do you guys have?
I would say I think we were having this conversation earlier. Me and my blue brother was about planting seeds and watching them grow.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
big time even for this show, bro.
And that's kind of what we're talking about. A lot of us have had dreams since we were younger, whether it would be something in sports, and then like even for like me, just dreaming of doing something big since I was in high school, when I knew I wasn't gonna be able to play sports again, like on a high competitive level, to do something in broadcasting or do something with that. And I'm like, do I have to go to school? Do I have to do this? And just working hard, dude. Like 3 podcasts later, even if it was a shitty Facebook Live show, like I'm here. I've been to Tuscaloosa. I met Devin Wright.
Yes, sir.
I met Mark Muhammad. I met
sir.
KP. I've been riding with Marino since day one.
Yep.
Like he's had some of the similar things, man. Like good dreams don't work unless you do. That's firmly what I believe in. Good dreams never die, and good dreams never work unless you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know you can pray all you want, but if you're not putting action behind that prayer and doing whatever is need to be done to make those dreams come true, it's not gonna happen. But if you're putting your all into what you want to accomplish, by just the law of attraction, the universe is gonna find its way to work in your favor.
Yeah.
So
no matter what.
We exactly talked about that thing on the way to Alabama, and we'll leave you guys with this story because you guys will like this story. Mm-hmm. It is exactly what Devin just said.
That's cool. That's dope.
So when I moved to California, where I'm originally from, that's why everyone knows I love the Bay Area teams, right? Because that's where I'm from. And so in 2007, I was 26 and didn't really have a career, a girlfriend, whatever. I wasn't tied down is the main thing, right? So it's like I would want to move back there is what my thought was, because when you're from there and then you move to the Midwest, you're like, it's always in the back of your head to move back to California, right? So what I did is I laid a fleece, and this is what you can do, whether you're a Christian or non-Christian, it doesn't matter. You can think of something that makes sense. Let's say it is buying a car, something that's kind of a big thing to do, right? And what you say is, okay, realistically, I want a car that has less than 100,000 miles on it, right? So less than 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
And I want it to be under $9,000. That's doable, right?
Yeah.
Under 100,000 miles and $9,000 or less. And here's what happens. You didn't just pick that number out of the sky. You thought about it. If you're a Christian, you prayed about it, right? Mm-hmm. You get that figure that makes sense. Do your research.
Yeah.
Then you go to the dealership and you walk the lot. If there is a car that does not meet that criteria, do you know what you do? You don't. You don't get it. And if you do, you know that was from God.
Yeah.
Because
you know.
You had the conversation about it. And so what I did was, if I could find, I was working for Caleb's dad at Little Caesars. And I said, if I can find a job with Little Caesars in California, if I can find a car and a place to live and a one-way ticket for cheap, then I'm gone. And within 48 hours, I had all that easily with my uncle. He had, we have an extra car. We have a place for you to live. Yeah, just like boom. Well, of course I left. You think I'm going to stay here?
No.
After praying that way?
Yeah.
But I made sense. I didn't just say, well, if I can find a free ticket and 1,000 if I can find a ticket and if I can find $1 million, then I'll go. Like, come on, that's stupid. Make a realistic goal. And the other thing is, like you said, you went and did. So I said, look, I'm gonna go. You're gonna have to stop me. You're gonna have to make it hard for me to find a car, hard for me to find a job.
'Cause with that mind made up, it's a wrap.
And once I did that, it all opened up, and that's exactly what we talked about on the trip to Alabama. And now you say that's perfect. So that's what we're gonna leave y'all with, and we'll check back with you next week. This is a case for the underdogs. Follow us where, Caleb?
On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all
bang,
the
bang.
major social medias.
Bang, bang.
Remember, go subscribe and leave a review
Bang, bang.
on Apple Podcasts.
Tell a
you want to
friend.
see our ugly faces? YouTube,
Handsome faces.
In Crowd Network at a case for the underdogs.
Yeah.
Shout out
Peace
to
and
KP.
love. Shout out to KP.
And more blessings.
Joe
We out.
Budden.
Yeah.
We out here.
The underdogs, baby.